time is passing. How to escape financial stagnation and take control of your life. Have you ever stopped to think about how many opportunities you might have missed just in the past year? How many times have you felt like the days were just slipping by, and all you were doing was surviving from Monday to Friday, waiting for the weekend? The truth is harsh, but must be said. Time waits for no one. And while you postpone important decisions, your dreams may be slowly falling apart. The question is, how long will you accept living on autopilot? Many people believe the stagnant life they find themselves in is due to poor choices or bad luck. And while personal responsibility matters, there's an even more powerful factor behind stagnation. The system we live in is designed to keep us exactly where we are. A vicious cycle of consumption, debt, and minimal rewards. A system that pushes millions into sameness, with no room for personal growth or true freedom. How many people do you know who have been in the same job for years, earning the same salary, maybe adjusted for inflation? Life becomes a predictable repetition. Even worse, as they earn a bit more, their expenses increase proportionally, like running on an endless treadmill. They work more and more, but remain in the same place. That needs to change, and the change starts today. Phase 1. Stagnation. The starting point for most financial stagnation doesn't happen overnight. It settles in slowly and silently. Usually, it begins after we leave school or college. Without basic financial education, we enter the workforce believing all we need to do is get a good job and work hard. Sounds reasonable, right? But soon we realize that it's not enough. Most people live on the edge of their budget. Any small emergency throws their finances out of balance. According to recent data, about 60% of citizens are unable to save even a small portion of what they earn. This is no coincidence. We are taught to consume, not to invest, to spend, not to save. Even worse, a long-standing belief has been spread that money is dirty, that seeking prosperity is selfish, and that living simply is a virtue. But the truth is that money in itself doesn't bring happiness. It brings freedom. Freedom of time, choice, and lifestyle. Those constantly worrying about how to pay the next bill can hardly focus on growth, purpose, or personal fulfillment. The first step to breaking this cycle is taking full control of your finances. It doesn't matter if you earn little today. What matters is knowing exactly where every penny goes. Use spreadsheets, take notes, cut waste, define priorities. Automate the habit of saving, even if you start with symbolic amounts. What matters here is not the amount, but the consistency. Phase 2. Ignition. Sparking the fire of transformation. The ignition phase is where you start to change your path. It's the moment when, after becoming aware of your reality, you decide you're no longer going to live on autopilot. This is a critical phase because it demands courage. Change is uncomfortable. It means leaving your comfort zone and challenging old habits. And many times, you'll do it alone. Be prepared. As you take your first steps toward a different life, people around you might not support you. Some friends may mock you, others may distance themselves. That's normal. When you start to grow, those who are standing still feel threatened. But you're not growing to provoke anyone. You're growing because you're tired of surviving and have decided to truly live. In this phase, it's essential to understand the impact of inflation. Many people believe that saving money in a traditional savings account is a safe way to preserve their wealth, but reality is quite different. Inflation quietly erodes the value of your money over the years. 1,000 saved today could be worth less than half in 20 years if not invested properly. That's why saving alone is not enough. You must invest, and invest smartly. The goal is simple. Make your money work for you. A classic example is investing in the IPCA plus Treasury bonds, which combine security and profitability. Instead of letting 1,000 sit idle, if you invested it in an asset yielding an average of 11% per year, in 20 years, it could become over 8,000. That's the power of compound interest in action. Phase 3. Acceleration. When the pace starts to shift. If you've made it this far, you've already overcome many barriers. But now the game gets serious. The acceleration phase is where you gain momentum. Your income begins to grow, your investments multiply, and your vision for the future becomes clearer. However, this growth still demands a lot of effort and focus. To truly accelerate, you need to focus on 3 key elements: cash flow, connections, and confidence. Cash flow is the oxygen of your financial life. Without it, there is no growth. Ideally, you should look for additional sources of income, even if small for now. Use your skills to offer services, create products, teach classes, or sell something you know well. The key is to create value and get paid for it. Also, investing in your skills is essential. Companies pay well for people who solve problems. Become that person. Connections are a powerful accelerator. Being around people who share your goals can open doors you never imagined. Groups, social networks, live events, all can be springboards to the next level. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, to seek mentors, to exchange experiences. Networking is not flattery, it's strategy. Confidence is the emotional fuel. It's what gives you the courage to take risks, learn from mistakes, and keep going. Without confidence, you hesitate, procrastinate, and quit before you even try. Trust your potential. You are capable of more than you think. Phase 4. Expansion. From worker to investor. With solid foundations, it's time to multiply. The expansion phase is when you begin to reap the rewards of your effort and reinvest in assets that generate passive income. This is when you move from being a worker to becoming an investor. But beware. Not everything that seems like a good investment really is. Many people confuse liabilities with assets. Buying a luxury car, for example, may look like a sign of wealth, but it's a liability, a good that drains your money. A rental property, dividend-paying stocks, or real estate funds are assets. They put money in your pocket. The most effective strategy here is buy and hold. Buy solid assets and hold them for years, letting time work its magic through compound interest. Diversify. Invest in national stocks, real estate funds, international ETFs. Build a robust portfolio aligned with your goals. Don't wait until you have a lot to start. Start with what you have. Consistency matters more than the starting amount. A disciplined investor, even with little money, can build a solid net worth over time. Phase 5. Mastery. When freedom becomes reality. The final phase is the most desired and the least reached. The mastery phase is when your financial freedom becomes real. You no longer depend on active work to live. Your assets generate enough income to comfortably support your lifestyle. Here, the focus is no longer just on accumulation, but preservation. You reinvest part of the profits, expand your income sources, and begin to think about legacy. This is the stage of true autonomy. You decide how to use your time, who to be with, what to build. Mastery is synonymous with purpose. With your finances in order, you can dedicate yourself to social projects, teach others to walk the same path, or simply live more lightly. This is the reward for years of discipline, resilience, and long-term vision. Life won't wait for you to be ready. Time is passing, and every day without action is one less day to build the life you want. Stagnation is not destiny, it's a choice, and you have the chance to make a new choice today. Choose to evolve, to take control, to invest in yourself, and build your future. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, subscribe to our channel.